Hey everyone, Hobbs here with the Moxxely Crewe. Gonna be firing up a traditional draft. As long as enough people get in here, you know. I think the premier drafts fire a lot faster. So, me jumping into this traditional draft is probably not gonna fill as fast as we want it to. Chat, come hang out with me. Oh, here we go. We gotta ready up. Alright, here we go. Alright. Open to Skullcrack. Laughing Jasper Flint. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, I think I'm going to take this rare. This card's really good. This guy will commit a crime every turn, because he's a lizard rogue. But mostly because he targets your opponent. Okay, so... go in live, get a treasure. This card's really good. If you control a creature of power 4 or greater. Whenever it attacks, you get a 3/1. I really like this card, especially since it's a 3-mana 3/3. Like, on rate it's good, and then it makes 3/1s if you have a creature of power 4 or greater, and that's this guy, actually. So... I'm actually a fan of the power 4 or greater decks. These are decks I just like to play in general in Magic. So, I think I'm going to take this one. This card is also really good. It's very aggressive. From what I've seen anyway. You know, the format's kind of new. But I would also take this card if this card wasn't here. Maybe I should take this card. I don't know. I like this card. Alright, shoot the sheriff. Removal spell, Desert's Dune. I can pick this up and then focus on picking up deserts when I can. Always remember, folks, eat your vegetables. That way your deck has good mana. Yeah, I think I'm gonna pick this up. This guy has been absolutely fantastic the times I've drafted him. So I really just think I want this. I would want this guy over this, but it's a removal spell. You gotta follow bread. So alright, here we go. Probably never casting that card. Commandeer. When you commit a crime, gains indestructible. Well, that's not bad. There's a lot of blues coming my way. This guy's pretty good too. Maybe I take this. This is also a pretty good removal spell, Stop Cold. It's a single blue, so if I end up splashing it, it could be a reasonable card to play. But I actually think I'm going to take the overzealous muscle. There it is. Words are hard. Every now and again. There's a detention sphere. That blew me out one of those games. This monkey has surprisingly overperformed the Reckless Lackey. Like, we just thought it was, you know, a 1-drop, a 1/2, but it does turn into a card and a treasure later on, which I think is pretty good. I think I'm going to take it just to stick with red and black. And hopefully we'll be rewarded with it coming back. This card's fantastic. Whenever you commit a crime, each opponent loses 1 and gains 1. And it only triggers once a turn, but you know, from what I've seen, once a turn is definitely enough, especially with some of these crime payoffs we got going on. So I think I would take a different card over this, but I feel like we're on a decent path for this draft, so I'm gonna take that. I really like this as a removal spell, so I'm gonna take this. At worst, it's 3 damage, deal 4 to target creature, but sometimes you get a 2-for-1 for 5 mana. All right. I want to cast a mount spell, huh? Top card library. Nope, I don't need that. I really like this card. This card kind of lets you double spell in a lot of situations. So I'll take that. So I really like this card. I also like this card, but this card has evasion, and it's a 1/2 whenever I commit a crime, which the way my deck is looking, I'm intending on doing a lot. So I'm going to take this card. I I think I really just want to pick up a few deserts right now. Just ways to commit a crime. Because this guy will commit a crime every turn, but I can't just rely on him to do it. So I'm definitely gonna have to look for some. Ooh, well, this guy wheeled. So I don't know if that's a sign or not. I mean, it does have saddle too, but I really like this card too. Just in these like black-red aggressive-y decks. Well, I auto selected that one. I'm just gonna take that one. Not a big deal. I really like this card. I think I'm gonna take this. This card has actually overperformed in a lot of scenarios, especially in decks that look to commit crimes. And I'm gonna take this. This is not off the table. I'm completely open to splashing blue, especially with it coming this late around. So I'm gonna take this card. This card's not bad, but it's pretty much a vanilla 4/3. And I'm gonna put this over inside. All right, what do we open? I got a collector's cage. Put a +1/+1 counter on target. Then, yeah. Well, I am not going to take that because it's a white card. And he joins up. There's not really too much for us in this pack, unfortunately. I might take this. This seems to go well with this, especially with this. This is taking cards from our opponent, and it's going to let us take more cards as the game goes on, because this is going to make mercenaries every time we cast our second spell, and hopefully we'll start double spelling with this guy in play. Although that's not the only strategy. Loot, the key to everything. I don't think I could play this card. I think I'm going to take this as an opportunity to pick up a desert, even though it is kind of off color. But I got a lot of things in here that want to commit a crime. So I think I'm going to take this. I like this card. I think this could be something worth splashing for. Kind of like this card too, though. I think I'm going to take this and because we have a slight mana correction. So I'm going to take this, even though it is double white. Cast spell that's one or more colors. Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot coming this way. Yeah, I don't think I really want too many of these cards, honestly. This pack's kind of a dud for us. Oh, it just took that card. I'm talking a little too much. I think I'm going to take this. I mean, this card seems really good, but I'm going to take this desert. Oh, here we go. Sandstorm Verge. This is a repeatable way to commit a crime. So for effectively 4 mana, it says commit a crime, make a creature not able to block. So I'm going to take that. This guy's very good. This guy's Menace. And he lets you sacrifice creatures. So any of the guys that get targeted by like a pretty good removal spell or anything, you can just sack them off for value. I like this. I like this a whole lot, actually, because I find that outlaw decks, they make a bunch of 1/1s, and they can't really convert them into a whole lot of damage, and this lets them become 3/1s. All right, we're back to here. I think I'm going to take this. This acts as a pseudo removal spell. Also, sometimes you just grow your guy, shrink theirs, and then you get to eat theirs. Alright, well, this came back. And this. I think I'm going to take this. I think this card is very much worth splashing. It does cost like... I mean... If you do it for 1 and a white, this card is bananas. And so far, we do have a couple of white sources in the deck. I'm just gonna take this blue card. Let everyone know green's open. Please take all of the green cards from me, other people. All right, I'm gonna take this. If we get enough white sources, we could probably play this card to a reasonable degree. Or if white's just completely open in pack 3. So far we're at 17 cards. I'm going to take this card. These cards both seem great. Maybe I'm misevaluating them, but I don't know. This card seems lackluster to me. I don't know what getting a second upkeep will do. I mean, there are cards in the format that do something during the upkeep, but I just don't feel like this is going to do what I would like it to do. Like, there's not a ton of cards that like trigger during the upkeep. What about you? Do you? Oh. This guy triggers during the upkeep, but she has to deal damage. But she's a 2/5. I think I'm gonna take this card. This card reanimates something. Terminal Agony. It's just a good removal spell in our colors, so I'm gonna take this card. I honestly wish I could take a decent portion of this pack. Like, I would play this card, this card, this card, this card, and this card. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. I don't know. But this is the entire point of playing a format. This card has been great for me, honestly. It plots for a single red. It gives a creature menace and trample. You decide when you cast it. It's either going to be this or this. Take this. Yeah, I'm going to take this. Moxxely Crewe was very good for me in one of the pre-releases I played it in. Unfortunately, I couldn't close out. So, like, this gives you a lot of reach. So when it comes down, it makes a mercenary, and then whenever an outlaw dies, each opponent loses one and you gain one. So this lets your 1/1s turn effectively into 1 damage, you gain 1 life. And if they decide to not block them, it pretty much does the same thing. It just deals them a damage. So I'm gonna take this. Especially with a lot of my creatures being outlaws. Oh well. I'm gonna take. Well, I think I'm gonna take this card. I'm going to take this as a repeatable way to commit a crime. Here we go. Uncolor Desert. I'm going to take that for sure. Yeah, this card and this card are both excellent too. I mean, this is the same amount of committing a crime as this card. This just fixes my mana more. I don't think I'm going to end up playing any of these cards, but I think if I'm going to play any of them, it's going to be this one. Here's one of these guys. This lets you convert a 1/1 into a removal spell, pretty much. Alright, what do you do? Card's pretty good. I'm gonna take this card. That's a mercenary. That's an outlaw, so Discard a card or sacrifice a land. I'm gonna take this card. Alright, with everything winding down. I'm gonna take this. Alright. Okay. Here we go. Time to build a semblance of a deck. Okay, so we gotta cut 5 cards. Easy. Green cards. Gone. I think I'm gonna cut this too. Just make our deck black-red. So I need to cut 2 more cards. One more cards. Hobbs is going to be activated. 1, 2, 3.
Remember your mercenaries.
Hmm?
Remember your mercenaries make it happen too.
Yeah. So, borderline anything 3. I think I'm going to keep this in. This card might not be awful. This last cut's kind of difficult. It's probably going to end up being this card. How many creatures do I have? I probably have plenty of creatures. I have 13 creatures in my deck. Okay. This card's going to be pretty reasonable, I think. Especially if I stick it on one of these big guys. I mean, I might not be making enough of the mercenaries to take advantage of this, so I think I'm going to cut this card. Alright. Here we go. I get to play 3 games. Or I get to lose 3 games. I think this hand seems okay. I wish this had play untapped, but who doesn't, you know? Who doesn't wish their tapped lands interplay untapped? So I get to play this. I'm just gonna put this. I knew. Surprise! I have a flash creature. I'm just gonna cast this. Alright, so far so good, everybody. folks who are rooting for Hobbs. I thought you were going to trade it with a 2-2. Sub this up to give something -3/-3, so. All right, going to game 2. All right, I didn't really see, I didn't really see a whole lot out of him, so I'm just gonna run it back. He kind of just put a couple of creatures into play and then died. So. I don't think I'm gonna keep this. That's snakes. That's a lot of snakes on a plate. I don't know if my brain came up with that. But I need to get used to playing stuff in my main base too again. It's been a long time since I've played limited competitively. Most times just F&M when we're all messing around. I'll block the snake. I got a Paraska. I would like to do this. I would also like to do this. Oh. You have to answer. You have to answer the unanswerable threat in play. Alright. Alright, 2-0. Let's go. Do we not rank up from traditional draft? What's happening? I found a Ragavan chat. This hand seems awful. Do I keep it anyway? This hand seems worse, but at least more playable than the last one. Shake this back. I might be getting my absolute butt kicked by this card. Hopefully I'm just gonna be like, if he has a ton of artifacts, hopefully I'm just gonna be able to keep the creatures in check. made the 3/3 that ended up killing me. So. All right, almost 9 o'clock. I'll plot this on 3 castles and 4. I'll say he's either looking for a land or I'm freaking dead. I don't know which one it is. Because that card's good. I'm gonna head into the stream right here. So you guys have a great night.